am recording. All right, guys, thank you so much for jumping on with us tonight. Thank you for being patient as we got through the little techie part. I'm Alicia Waters, SPD from North Carolina, joined with Jodie Gravely from SPD from South Carolina. And we just wanted to share a little bit of insight with you and tips and tricks to getting out in the marketplace in front of people at right now, what is at the height of the season, expos, trade shows, vendor events, fairs, festivals. I don't know. Get to a dog show, a boat show, or a health food market. I don't care where you can get a table. I recommend that you get out and get in front of people. Jodie, you want to talk about, I mean, I've been doing expos, trade shows and events and fairs for at least 23, maybe 24 years. Because before I was in with direct sales, I was in the wedding and photography business. And of course we did bridal shows, constantly doing bridal shows. So, you know, I've been doing this for a long time. And Jodie has been in business and industry where she's been doing it a long time too. So we hope that we drop at least a few nuggets with you tonight that you can take and get out there and be bold and do your first show. Jodie, you want to talk about finding them and setting them up and all of that?
Okay, the first thing is, where do you find them? And Alicia, jump in here because she's better at finding them than I am. But, you know, just use Google and just search, you know, health fairs, wellness events, women's expos, local festivals, Southern Living Show, although you'll need about 3 people to go in with you on that one. That one is very pricey, but it gets a lot of traffic. Where else can they go and look for them, Alicia?
One of the things that I think has always been successful for me is go to a show and go to some vendors and ask them where they're doing their next shows. Yes. Realistically, that is huge. And go to ones that go to vendors that you look like have the best booths, that look professional, and they look like that they, you know, they're doing a good job, and ask them for advice for there's other shows. Another place that you can do it, and I see Heather Brooks is on here with me. We did a show together just a few weeks ago. You know, the events coming soon near you or in areas where you would like to be on Facebook. There's calendars on Facebook, and you can scroll through there, or I can type in Myrtle Beach, or I can type in Raleigh, or I can type in Atlanta, Georgia, and there are events that you can find. There's also networking groups and pages that you can find on Facebook as well to find other venues and opportunities. But again, really networking, word of mouth, and talking to other vendors and other people has been my best way of finding shows.
And one thing you guys really need to do is you need to ask the owner, the person putting on the event, is how much foot traffic does it get? You don't want to spend $400 for something that gets 100 people there. Alicia and I recently went together to do a big festival here in May, and it was $350 or $375 with the application fee, but it gets 40,000 foot traffic. That's a lot of people, and it's a 2-day event, so that was worth it to us. I recently was supposed to do an event, and it was 400, and she said they only have about 200 foot traffic, and I said, I'm sorry, you know, I'm self-employed. That's a little steep for the amount of foot traffic. And she said, well, I'll let you know if we have any tables left at the end. And she ended up giving me a table for half that. And so, you know, I thought, okay, well, I'll do that, because it was a senior event, and you all know how much seniors need our things. But so the next thing you need to do is think about your table setup. Alicia will give you information about April's Vistaprint. It's called Build Now, where you could go and you can order things if you want to. You don't have to have a big banner, but if you have somebody in your area, go in together and maybe buy one. Alicia and I bought one. It was $135, which is a good price for a big pull-up banner. She has table banners on that site. They're only $25. Of course, then you got to have the little tripod to hold it up. But one behind is the one we got. Yep. and we both got one of those, so we could keep those. She also has, you know, if you don't want to, Stan kept fussing about me running out of ink all the time, printing out the patch summaries and the health trackers. And so you can order those on there, but find somebody to go in with you because they get cheaper the more you get. So me and Alicia split 500 of all of those, and we got the price down pretty low. And now I'm not having to buy ink all the time. A tablecloth. You don't have to have one with LifeWave on it, although that would be awesome, but we don't. I just have a white tablecloth, or you could get a blue tablecloth. See Alicia, she's got her table set up. She's all ready for us tonight. And guys, you want to keep it clean and you want to keep it simple. If you have too much stuff, too many pictures, too many patches, all the skincare, you know, it can be overwhelming to people. I've seen some people post their LifeWave tables, and I thought I would run from that. I mean, they had like 10 huge poster boards with collages, and I mean, you couldn't even see the tablecloth for all the stuff they had on the table. So keep it simple. Alicia, are you going to screen share any pictures of events?
I can do that right now if you would like me to.
Yeah, go ahead and do that. I'll keep talking. You do that.
Okay. Let me.
You don't overwhelm people with too much information. If you can't buy a lot of stuff, print out some before and afters, like of Marcy, maybe the dog picture. Print out 3 or 4 of those and put them in acrylic frames. But we want to show you a few good setups and some not such good setups.
What do you see?
Can you make that any bigger? It's just small.
It is full screen. It's taking up my whole computer.
Wow. All we're seeing is a little tiny picture on the right. But you guys can almost see, I mean, on my phone, I can enlarge it myself just now. And I mean, this girl has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 or 8 huge poster boards. And they're sitting all up in front of her table where people should be able to walk up. So I don't know if you guys can see.
Did it get any bigger at all?
No.
All right, hold on. Let me stop share and try it again.
Yes, that's better.
Okay. Okay.
You guys see what I'm talking about? That is
here's the big thing that I want you guys also to see. Look how cluttered the table looks, you guys. I mean, this girl is an awesome lady. She works really, really hard, but there is nothing inviting, warm, exciting, or, you know, how many of you would go run into this table because you'd be really interested in what's going on? Or how many of you would look at this and be like, oh my God, that's so confusing. I learned a long time ago that confusion creates indecision. And so this would definitely be something that would make me have a lot of indecision about stopping in the booth. So
yep. Can you check and see if there are people in the waiting room? Just right quick. Some people say they are. But you know, we're recording this, so we'll have it for people to go back. And guys, when you have printed materials, do not have anything on your table that does not have your label on it. And I just get Avery or Turn labels. It's very easy to print your own labels. And all I do is my name. I like to put my picture on it. And startx39now.com and my phone number. That is all I have on mine. But don't put out any materials without your number.
And go ahead and flip through a couple of other tables. Some people take a look here. This is obviously Cindy and Casey. They've got a really cool table here. The benefit here, guys, it's inside. And one of the cool things that they're able to do is they were able to bring a computer monitor to scroll through some pictures, do the videos, show a little bit more details. Another thing that you see here, super clean. They have very little on their table. There's a fishbowl drawing. Now, I'm going to fuss at Casey on one big no-no on this. Do y'all see what I see? I see his tea or his soda on the table right there. Everybody sees his drink. He has plenty of places to tuck that away and hide that. You don't want all your personal stuff and your beverages and your drinks. Slide that under the table. Tuck it away because it's going to get things wet. It could get tipped. And it just doesn't look very professional in the end. But otherwise, great job here on Cindy and Casey.
And while she's showing more, of course, there's Leah. When you guys put sleeves on the table, make sure they're empty. Stan and I thought watching ours like a hawk, and we had a full sleeve of Eon taken off of our table at our last event. So make sure your sleeves are empty. And I personally only do X39 Eon, possibly Ice Wave Energy. I don't do all the sleeves. You can, but I think it's a little overwhelming. We need to keep it simple, you know?
Yep. Something that's right here to me, I like Leah's spot here. And one of the things you really need to ask for when you're either looking for a spot in a health club or a health food store, or if you're getting a spot at a trade show expo, be sure that you have a blank or back wall area that's solid. I would never want to be in the center of the room where there's other tables behind me. I don't want to have anything confusing or chaotic. Ask for a blank spot behind you, a bare wall, or if you're in some type of trade show or expo center, make sure that there's drapery behind you with that. So you can, prime example right here. Table looks good, but when you walk past that, are people looking at your table, or are they looking past you to see the confusion and the chaos on the other side of the wall? It would have been awesome if there had been a barrier right there or some type of curtain or drapery hanging behind that. And what that does is it pulls the focus, it pulls the attention onto your table and the literature and the materials that are there.
And sometimes you may not have any control over that, but you can at least ask. All right, we
Absolutely.
need to move on. I got to jump off here in about 3 or 4 minutes.
Okay. All right. Let's I'm going to stop share.
One thing, guys, is you want to do is do not sit behind your table. You have got to get out from behind your table, stand beside of it, stand in front of it, but engage people when they come by. I see so many people at vendor things that I go to that are just sitting behind their table talking. They're not really engaging people. Hold on a minute. I'm getting on with my computer. Oh, on my other one.
You're muted, babe.
Hey, I'm on a training Zoom, so I need to stay muted for a few minutes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, get out and engage people. Smile big when they walk by. Say hello. If they say hi, you know, and seem to engage you, say, hey, what have you heard about stem cells? You know, do something to get them talking. But if people don't make eye contact with you, don't even try to get them over there. You want people coming to your table that are, you know, interested in what you're doing. So if you say, what have you heard about stem cells? And they walk over to your table, acknowledge what they say, and just give them a short explanation of X39. And then ask them what health concerns they have and get that conversation started. You may, if you're watching podcasts regularly, you may be able to share a story or two about somebody that has something similar going on. If you can afford it, you know, patch these interested people with X39, maybe Ice Wave if they are in pain. And if they ask about the price, get excited, because the price is the best part, in my opinion. You know, first I talk about the price of stem cell injections. Like, you do know how much stem cell injections are, and a lot of people do. And, you know, then I talk about the retail, and then talk about how they can get it wholesale. And personally, I give away a week's worth of X39, or at least 5 days, for people that fill out the order form there, so that they'll have patches until they get theirs to come in. And then also have a drawing, have a slip of paper. We usually put 2 or 4 on a page with their name, phone number, and their top health concerns. and, give away a week's supply of X39, or something like that. But you want a way to get their names.
Can I share a way that Heather and I did that just a little differently recently with a lot of success?
Sure.
Guys, right now, because we're having the weekly patch wellness seminar events online, or you possibly would have something local to you, depending on where you live, have the drawing to get the information for that. That way it doesn't cost you anything. All you have to do is get their information and say, hey, give me your name, your number, and your email, and I'm going to send you the information, and you can win a whole month supply of X39 at our online event on Thursday night. Just like plug them into an upcoming Zoom, plug them up into an upcoming event, and at all of the events, you could also say, we have upcoming events all the time. I'll get your information, come to our event, you're going to get patched for free. And that is a beautiful way to work your business a little bit smarter. Go ahead. You're muted. You're muted. You muted on us.
I did, sorry, because Laura was talking on my computer. I got to get on the 9 o'clock podcast. But the main thing, guys, is to follow up with your leads that you get their name within 24 to 48 hours. You might as well not even do a vendor event if you're not going to follow up, because that is the key to success with vendor events. And Alicia, I'll let you maybe throw out some ideas about what they can do when they follow up.
Yeah, I'll share some more stuff. I've got 2 more things to share screen with an event planner and a resource list, and then open it up to questions as well. I know you got to jump, so we're good with that. Thank you for your input.
Right. Bye, guys.
Jodie is the follow-up queen. We could do we might can do a whole nother Zoom one night on just follow-up.
Just follow up, yeah.
You guys hang with me, and I'm going to show you some more things, and then we'll jump over and get on your Zoom in just a few minutes. Okay, so let's talk about packing, getting ready, and making the day of the vendor event the most successful that you possibly can. We really need to think proactively, even weeks, months in advance of the event that you've got coming up, whether it's going to be for 25 people or 25,000 people. You want to do what I call a soft set, maybe in your house, on your dining room table, or go ahead and get your table set up however it's going to be. Put your cloth out and set your things out. Now I'm going to show you. I did a little soft set on my little sofa table here in my house today. Can you guys see this? Okay, can you guys see it? Somebody give me a thumbs up if you can see it. All right, fantastic. I want to tell you, this setup literally is under $100. Okay, for everything that I have here. This came from April's store. This is on a foam core. It's a board, lasts forever. It made it through a windstorm event that we did just recently. Very eye-catching, very professional, done really well. These are acrylic frames that I just printed out information and put them in there. You don't want too many, but I did an enter to win QR code. I did all of this on Canva, you guys. Scan for more information, and that leads them to a page on Facebook that I want them to be on. One of the things I realized recently is I don't show my own picture enough of my before and after. So I made a before and after of myself, so I can hold it up and say, guys, this is me. This was me patching the first 6 months. Do I look different? And if you do have a great before and after testimony, be sure to do that. And then, of course, I took some of the great before and after photos that we have, but instead of on massive boards all over the place or lots of different ones laid out on the page, I made this. And guys, I've made all of this for you, and it's going to be in a resource guide that I'm going to send that will be in the files on our chat. So you'll have access to all of this if you want to, if you want the Canva copy that you can manipulate it yourself. I'll send you the Canva link, but I've got this in PDF form that you'll be able to just print it out yourself. Now, these little jewels that are holding this, dollar store, okay? They are place card holders from the dollar store. So easy. And I've just got a couple of them here on risers that I got from Amazon. This is the little magazine that LifeWave just published. I think it's $5 in our back office, and it talks about the history of LifeWave. And so that's on there. And then my awesome boyfriend, Chris, got me an iPad stand for Christmas, and I put my iPad on here. If anybody wants to sign up, or I need a resource while I'm there for something on the computer, or I want to even have the video scrolling, the 3-minute, light video about stem cells, I can even have that running on my computer or on the iPad while I'm there. And then they always say have something green on your table. So it softens it. It's inviting. And guys, these literally came from the dollar store. They were $1 a piece. I put 3 of them on there, but I bet you have something in your house that you could just grab and pull on the table. For example, if you were doing an event this weekend, you could pull some shamrock, some little shamrock display. If you were doing something next weekend, you could throw an Easter bunny, something from your home, something soft, something easy, but eye-catching and not cluttered, and not too much on there. So start with a little soft set. Now I'm going to share screen again with you because I've put together some resources for you that I want to share. Okay. I'm gonna have all of this for you. Okay, so give me thumbs up when you can see the Amazon screen. Somebody give me thumbs up. Leslie and Mary Ann, I can see your faces. Heather. Okay, so this is an Amazon shopping list that tried to just do some of the work for you. Okay, and I've got this list that I can send you. Actually, if you go to xpatchlife.com, it's xpatchlife.com. This list should populate for you, and you would have access to it at any time. And you can see on here just some suggestions of things that you might need for an indoor, outdoor, different type of expo or trade show. The frames that I just showed you, actually, they were $12 the other day. They're $14.99 now. But anyway, those are the little acrylic frames that I just showed you. Please take pens. I don't know why we always go to expos and trade shows and we forget pens. I've done it. I mean, it's crazy. We forget pens. And if you are having a drawing form, you want people to be able to fill out a form. So you need to take pens. Holders, money boxes. If you're going to sell, some people do like to sell a 5 days supply for $25 of the X39. If you do that, you need a way of taking money. So that would be like a cash box or a square or some type of stripe or something that you would take money, or put together a QR code. Do a little QR code for your Venmo or your PayPal that you could take money on the spot. Okay. If you're going to be carrying heavy things like a tent, like your own tables, then you might need, if you're working alone, some type of little trolley. I highly recommend, if you are inside a coliseum kind of area for an expo or trade show or a festival or something where it's a bare concrete floor, take some type of rolled up rug, or take some kind of the squeezy foam floor mats, because if you'll put that in your booth, people will stay there longer. It will look more inviting, and you won't be dying yourself at the end of the day standing on your feet all day. Fun ideas, business card mats, phone chargers, risers, lighting. If you're outside and you need a tent, take weights. Heather and I just did a show in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina a few weeks ago, and the wind blew so hard, it was crazy. We ended up with almost nothing on our table because the wind was blowing so hard. You don't want your tent to blow away. So be sure and take some weights, tents, tables, craft paper, tablecloths, clipboards, a prize wheel, drawing forms, zip ties. You wouldn't believe the power of a zip tie until you need a zip tie. So I highly recommend taking some cord, some roping, zip ties, something like that. So this whole list will be available to you, and I will send the link for that, again, xpatchlife.com. All right, let's see. Why did this not come up to the right page? This is supposed to be www.build. There it is, Build Now Pro Shop. I want to go to this page to show you. Okay. Well, I must have done the wrong page. I'm going to get you the resource for all of this printed material and the banners. And I thought that it was that site, and it's obviously not going to that site. So I will take care of that for you and get that to you. All right. This is the little resource list. Tell me when you can see it. Can you guys see the resource list? Okay. So Leslie's saying yes. So I'm going to send this to you as well as this last little thing that I'm going to share with you. And then I'm going to open it up for questions. Okay, the event planner. Tell me when you can see the event planner. Thumbs up on that. You're still seeing a web page? I'll stop share. Let's see, screen share. Event planner. Tell me thumbs up when you see the event planner.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, perfect. All right, fantastic. So I just want you to take this, and maybe you're doing multiple events in the upcoming weeks. So this is a really great resource to keep in a binder on your clipboard or something, because every single event that you will ever do will be just a little bit different. You know, you'll need the date, the location. You'll need to know, are they providing my table, chair, electricity, lighting, tinning, tabling? Is it inside? Is it outside? What do I need to pack? What do I need to take? You know, this is all about being proactive, because once you get there and get set up, that's the easy part. Being at the show is the easy part. The work involved in an event, trade show, or expo is your prep time and your follow-up time. The work actually there is the fun part. That's the part where you get to talk to people and share your passion and get excited. So you really got to be committed to this prep time and then the follow-up time. So, you know, what's the weather going to be like? Are you going to be freezing cold and it's going to be outside and you need to take jackets and layers? Or are you going to be in the heat with no cover and, you know, you need to have a fan blowing on you or take sunscreen? So you need to be thinking about that. You also need to be thinking about, you probably can't walk away from your booth unless there's a team of you. So you need to take your beverages and you need to take food and snacks and those type of things. So these are things to always be thinking about and be proactive about and be prepping for as you're getting ready. So this is an event planner PDF. By all means, if you guys have any suggestions that need to be added to this or changed around to get it ready for you for the events that you've done in the past, of course, provide me that feedback. I created this and it can be edited. So there's a lot more to share, obviously, but I want to stop and go over here to the chat and see what questions you guys have. Okay. I've let everybody in. Let's see that. Okay, so the website is xpatchlife.com. Let me type that in here. Okay, that is for that Amazon list. And it's just a suggestion list of different things. I've tried to shop it out for you. All right, let's see. Hi, Carol Lee. Nice. Oh, okay. What a blessing. Carol, I met Carol Lee in Costa Rica last week. So she's a brand new brand partner with us. All right, to go over my table again, we'll do that. And I'll pass it forward so you guys can see it. And you know, guys, obviously this is just like a little sofa table size. It would not look this cluttered, because I would always recommend that you at least have a 6-foot table at your event. And so that's going to be about 2 more feet longer and about another foot wider that's at your event. There are 6-foot folding tables that are available that are super affordable. I know that I can move around table pretty good, but the older I get, I want to move them around a lot less. But those 6-foot foldings do a great job. 8-foot, way too big. It's hard to find good table covers for those. They're more expensive and a whole lot harder to, move in your car and then move around at an event. And always ask for a table. If they say they don't provide tables at the event, just if you don't have one, ask for one anyway. Say, is there any tables at all that I could have access to? If they start charging you, what I have seen, our venues charge like $25 for a table rental. And guys, you can go buy one for about $50 to $70. So that would pay for itself after 1 or 2 uses. So you can see I've got the foam core board here on the easel. This is all available in April Vaughn's store that I'm going to send you the link for. I actually had Dr. John Harmon's book on there. This is just a credibility piece. Honestly, nobody's going to be reading this. You're not going to be selling this. This is just as reference and credibility while you're on the spot, possibly talking to someone, especially when they're like, well, explain to me how this works. You can just say, have you ever heard about the power of reversing age with copper peptides? And show them the book. I've got a couple of dollar store plants on here. I have 3 acrylic frames, one with my information on it and a QR code that I want them to scan. I have a before and after picture of myself. If you don't have a before and after picture of yourself, use the before and after picture of the crawling from the autistic kid, the guy that colored outside the lines, then colored inside the lines. That one's really good. Or what's the dog one is really, really good, of the dog's eyes. That's really, really good. But then I also have this one with all of the different people on it. I'm going to drop these all to you in the chats. And then I've got 4 empty cartons of patches on dollar store name place card holders. So super, and I put them on little risers, and the risers, the link to the risers is in that xpatchlife.com. I've got the magazine that is available for $5 in our back office under orders. You can order this from Lifeway. And then I've got an iPad on a stand over there. Super simple, super clean, super easy. If you're doing any home parties, this is also, you could also use this setup at a home party. Now, what I don't have out there, and it's really because I don't have any room, these are the forms and the handouts and the sheets that I like to take. One is obviously this order form. This is a new order form that April Vaughn just had a guy design. It's beautiful. It's easy. It's understandable. I love this one. I'm going to be sending you guys that link. This is the all products flyer. It's 2-sided. And I'll tell you, ordering from that site, these look so good. They're so professional looking. The ink is clear and the paper feels good. And like Jodie said, go in together with someone and order in bulk. And this is what we call the health tracker. Now, all of this is available for print and download for free. You can print it on your own computer. We just ordered them in bulk because we were doing so much that all of us were going through ink in our printer like crazy. But, if you don't need these in bulk, you can print them off. But this is what is called the health tracker. It's, it's in Start x39biz.com. It's on the Millionaires team page. It's probably in all of our chats, but this is the famous health tracker. Again, 2-sided, but we can order it and get them printed, and the paper and the materials just look so, so good. So, all right, I see some questions popping up, and I want to get to you guys on that. All right, let's see. How to find Dr. or April Vaughn's store. I'm going to send that link. I thought I had it here, but it didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work. Having our first community informational meeting at the library in a couple of weeks. Who can help make a banner that we can hang health food stores and gyms? I've tried, but I am not able to make it look. Banner as in something really, really large to hang, or banner as in like a flyer? Banner, something to put up and hang. I would order them from April's Vaughn store. They come in about a week. They look amazing. You can use them over and over and over again. And I'm going to send out that link. I highly recommend the different banners. She's got 2 different banners and then this foam core board that's on there. Should people expect to sign up people to show or mostly follow up? What percent of follow-ups from shows do you close on the average? Good question, Sherry, and very detailed. I personally have yet to sign up a client with LifeWave at a show. But the magic of this is getting them on a Zoom or getting them to an event. So it's really interesting too, the shows that I have done, the people that have no idea about this company whatsoever. So it's hugely educational. You are a complete stranger, but you are getting a whole pool of new contacts and new potential customers. Because I will tell you, if someone sees the word stem cell or sees the word pain and you get to start a conversation with them and you pull them in, I will tell you they're a prospect. If you get that far with them, they're a prospect. And then you just really wrap them up in that all of the follow-up that we were talking about, inviting them to the Zooms, inviting them to events, personally messaging them. And I will also tell you, in your follow-up, I recommend that you follow up 3 ways, 3 different times within 3 days. Another 333. And that is going to be, you're going to email them, you're going to text them, and you're going to call them. 3 ways, 3 times in 3 days. Because different people, I'll just be very clear. I don't like to be called. Like a salesperson calls me, I don't respond. I went car shopping on Saturday. Before I got to the next dealer, the dealer that I had been there before, like the Chevrolet dealer, was calling me, thanking me for coming in, wanting to know how else they could earn my business. I didn't answer the phone. But they text me too, and I texted right back because that's my preferred style of communication. If they'd emailed me, I would have emailed. Okay. Our group, our demographic, huge communication, huge in communication with email. That's another thing too you can do. If you want to drive people to a certain page or to a certain website, create this QR code and have them grasp them, get them with your QR code on a Facebook group, on a Facebook page, or something like that. You can create that code. To answer it deeper, Sherry, I don't know what percentage. I don't have enough experience yet with LifeWave and expos and trade shows to give you a percentage yet. I don't know how to do that. I would just say it's kind of up to the individual and how they really pursue the clients and do the closes. Now, Jodie does have a huge success of signing up clients at expos and trade shows, because when they're there, if they will go ahead and order and fill out, because she and Dr. Stan get people so excited. If they go ahead and order on the spot, she go ahead and gives them 5 days of patches for free. That's a $25 gift with purchase at the show. Okay. So that's so they can start patching immediately while they're waiting to get their information. How many of the forms and sheets do you have with you? That's going to be based on the show. Like the show that we're getting ready to go to that has 40,000 people, we've ordered 500. The show that Heather and I just did a few weeks ago, that was a Humane Society show, you know, with a lot of pet people there, you know, probably 25 would be plenty. You've got to just base it on that number when you find out what is the traffic going to be like. And you know, I would kind of gauge, you know, about 1/10 of whatever your numbers are going to be is how much literature you need to hand out. All right. Oh, that answers kind of that. Flyer on Canva. Pat, did you just ask Deb? Okay, I don't know what y'all are talking about. Well, Cheryl said that she talked to someone that had 20 people sign up in a day. That's awesome. Now, if you want to patch people on the spot, that is completely up to you guys. That is a wildly successful way to get people excited about patching, especially if they're dealing with pain and you put an X39 and an ice wave on them, because we all know that within 10 minutes, they're going to be feeling better. I mean, it's just the facts of how the patches work. So if you want to invest in that, completely go for it. Especially if you realize, you know, if it's a senior show, if it's a health and wellness show, if it's something really targeted and it's not just people walking by. I mean, a bridal show, in my opinion, you guys, in all my years of bridal, a bridal show is a huge waste of time with this kind of product, because a bridal show is two things. They're all young and they're all looking for something free. Okay, they're not our target market. Now, if you're dealing with a senior show, a health and wellness show, a massage therapy show, a chiropractic show, you know, I even think boat shows and car shows are great because people that are at boat shows and car shows have disposable income, or they're a little bit more mature in their age, and they really are kind of some of our target market. Okay, so really think about those two type of people. And then also, like the pets, for dogs and horses, people spend tons of money and they care about the health of themselves, but they even care more so about the health of their dogs and their horses, and they will spend money on their animals a lot of times before they'll spend money on themselves. I went, when Heather and I did the show with the Humane Society a few weeks ago, I went and bought a stuffed dog and put the patch right on the center of the stuffed dog's head and set it on the table. And so it was like eye-catching. Too bad the wind blew so bad that it blew it off the table. But, you know, just think about those visuals that will draw people and bring them into your booth. Ice Wave's the only patch I gift at shows. Yeah, follow-up so much easier. And of course, if you're using Ice Wave, the results are instant. And so that's really, really good. Yeah, 40,000 people. It's a huge show in South Carolina. And, you know, that's another reason too. Work in teams. When you work in teams, you're dividing up cost, you're dividing up time. You can't leave that booth if you're working it by yourself to go to the bathroom or get something to eat. You also can't talk to multiple people. And if you're at a big show and you're engaged in one person, 3 people might walk by and they might not stop because, you know, that you're engaged with that one person. Oh, gun shows. Yes, absolutely. Gun shows, a fantastic location as well. And I do know our products appeal to the patriot crowd. So any type of patriots or political conservative groups that you might be able to get into, that is also, I actually am a member of the North Carolina GOP and went to our North Carolina GOP convention in the state last June, and there was a girl there with a LifeWave table and was getting a lot of attention at the NCGOP table in Raleigh. So I was shocked, but she did really well there. So, all right, any other questions? I can and you can ask to unmute if you don't want to throw it in the chat. I'm here to help. Let me see. There we go.
Okay, I thought I saw you one time that you were talking. What I'm talking about is the banners, the things that you can hang like in the stores with a picture of Dr. Don and Susan, because they're the ones that are going to present it on the Zoom for us, you know, and the
Oh,
date
so
and time.
you're talking about something like this
Like the
size.
Canva thing. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So you would just really have to make that. You just really have to make that. If
Okay.
if you send me enough information, I might love you enough and I'll do it for you.
Oh, I would love you to love me like that. But also, someone said something one time about putting events on like Eventbrite or something like that, that they had some people show up that no one had invited them. They just saw it on some community board.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And how,
You can
do you know how to go in and do that?
So you do have to create an Eventbrite account. And if there's a charge for the event, you do incur some fees, but if it's free,
This is free.
yeah, if it's free, and Heather, we ought to do this for Myrtle Beach for the 23rd, do an Eventbrite for that event to maybe get some guests there. just build the Eventbrite. Are you asking me how to do that, or if you can do it?
Maybe if I'll try to do it, but can I get a hold of you if I can't
Yeah,
figure
you
it
can
out?
get a hold of me.
Okay.
It's really step by self explanatory. It's just
Okay.
a form fill, but it is a good idea to you know, really maybe gather some attention. Where you have to be careful with that is you don't want tons of brand partners filling up the seats where you're looking for guests. Okay, the goal is always guests in the seats and not brand partners. So when you open up something Eventbrite, you're opening up the whole public world. And so if you've got limited seating and you've invited, you know, the whole world, you just really have to be careful about that and think about that. Okay.
Thank you.
Leslie, so I will be putting this on the Life Force chat, and then Susan will be putting it on your guys's, putting it on her chat, and then for my team, it'll be on Ride the Wave. So it'll be located in 3 different areas. And if for some reason you missed something, you guys know on Facebook or by text message, you can always message me and I can shoot that over to you. But the first thing I've got to do is that resource list with April's link. I don't know why that's not working, and I've got to figure that out. I just looked at it yesterday. So anything else? The main thing, guys, is just do it. Just do it. Think simplicity. Think clean. Think neat. Think minimal. And then also really, really think about the follow-up, because if you don't follow up, you've just wasted your time and a whole lot of other people's time as well. And, you know, one of the things that I tell people all the time is, you know, we talk about wearing the patches, we talk about using the patches, but do we talk about selling the patches? And do we follow up to get that order? A great example of that is one of the leaders on the team, and I'm not going to share her name, just this last week had talked and talked and talked to a girl about patches. The girl went out and Googled and bought patches because she never told her, use me, buy from me, get them from me. Else and got the patches because the lady had talked and talked about what a blessing the patches were, how awesome they were, how she really should try the patches. Well, she got all excited. She wanted to try the patches. So she went and found them and bought them, and not from the girl who had been talking to her about them. So you really got to follow up. You really got to take those action steps. You've really got to, you know, ask about it. And then really care about the visual. I can't express to you, when you're there, care about the visual. Care about your tablecloth being even and covering the whole bottom of the floor. I don't know why, but that's so important. You know, if you have a tablecloth, have it cover the whole front of your table and be even. That's why I love those new stretchy. Have y'all seen those new stretchy tablecloths that go on the tables? They look great. They look great. But if you just, you know, buy the $11 white one from Walmart, you know, just throw it on there. Just make sure, you know, if it's jacked up, people are going to walk by and go, that's jacked up. You know, and it's not that professional, polished look that you're looking for and you're striving for it to be. And the other thing is to think about what you're wearing. Okay. Jodie's so cute when she goes. She wears scrubs. I think she ordered them from Amazon, but literally, you guys, I went to Goodwill a couple weeks ago. They have scrubs. You can go and wear, you know, a pair of slacks and a scrub top and look like a medical professional. You know, it doesn't have to say you're a medical professional, but you look like it. Or, you know, wear something appropriate for the situation. If it's a business expo, you probably need to look a little more business. If you're at a gym, you know, maybe a pair of nice leggings, clean tennis shoes, and appropriate top. You know, think about what you're wearing to be professional and to fit into where you're going to be. All right. Any other questions? Again, all I can say is find them. You know, if the price is really, so I had another team member messaged me this week and she's like, Alicia, there's an expo right here local to us, but it's $4. I can't do it. And I said, let's split it. Let's go in together and half it. You know, I'll bring all the materials because I've got them. And, you know, we'll split the leads. You know, we'll split the leads, split the work, and split the cost. And so find someone that will drive to you, come to you. Carmela and I used to split expos and trade shows all the time with another company that we were in. We traveled all over Western North Carolina doing them. And it was fantastic. And, you know, just split the leads, split the time, split the cost. And it can be beneficial for you all. So I can just say, find them and do them. Be proactive. Get your little event sheet together and make it happen. So you guys are awesome. Thank you for your patience tonight. Thank you for hopping on. And I'll get these resources out to you ASAP. Okay?
Thank you.
Bye.